Hello everybody. Let me just make an adjustment here and then we'll get her going. Okay. So at the end of the last live stream, we were building this nice structure, which is a shulker farm. And as you can see, there's only a few shulkers in there, but the number fluctuates. There's something glitched with the way they're respawning. It works, and that's the important thing. As you can see in these chests, there's ample extra shulker shells. And I've already dropped off a box of shulker shells to the other members of the realm, just because I'm a sharing type of guy like that. Oh yeah, lots. Anyway, and you can see I'm holding a map in my hand of the end area. This is all news about last week. Up even higher. That's the end base that I'm working on. And that's the way out. And yes, I have a light bridge that goes all the way back to the main island. So I'll just put this map away, because every time I do upgrades, I like to update the map. And then we'll just jump off the side for a shortcut to the map room, which is underneath. And then we'll add that map right where it belongs. So yeah, you can see this is the main Dragon Island, and these are the outer islands. And I built that light bridge to my base construction location. There's another member who's building out in this area, but that's not today's story. Today's story is about pranks and shenanigans. So let's get on with it. Just loading in our spawn area here. You can see this is 0-0 here, center of the world. Dug out the whole chunk to the bottom. And that's the overworld map. It's my base up here. And in the past, I managed to gut an entire ancient city. My store. So I'm here and I want my sculpt supplies, which are over here. So I go past iron, past bamboo, and then I'll be in sculpt. Iron, bamboo, sculpt. And today I need a couple of those guys. Skulk sensors, skulk shriekers. Now that being said, we're not going to use Skulk Catalyst. We don't want to summon the Warden. We just want to make the screaming sound of, oh no, what did you do? Because I'm going to put that underneath each of my friends' bases. Everybody built a mailbox that we can deliver stuff to each other. And this is my mailbox over here. So whenever they leave me anything, they just turn on my light and throw stuff in the box. And when they turn on the light, I know to come and check my box. I can see that from a distance. You have mail. You do not have mail. But what I want to do is under my neighbor's mailboxes, I'm going to stick a skulk sensor with a skulk shrieker. So every time they come over to check their mail, it goes, oh my god, warden! Harmless prank. We're not going to actually summon the warden. So like, here's Bacon's. And I left some stuff in Bacon's box. Gravel and sand. He was wanting to make some concrete. And I left his light on. So he knows he's got stuff. But now, I want to stick this underneath and then test it. Should be super duper simple. Like, literally, that's it. But let's see if it works when it's all covered up. Because if not, then there's some adjustments I have to make. Now, he's got some golems that walk around. I wonder if they're going to set it off. Like, we're outside the radius right now. There goes. Okay, so this is funny. The sensor picks up the golem, but the shrieker doesn't go off. But if I walk, yeah, good enough. And we'll do the same thing for the other neighbor. That's his mailbox. He emptied it recently. Okay, he's got a block there. Yeah, that'll do. A screamy good time. And that's a big giveaway. There's your block back. That open and close the... Not much of a prank, I know, but hey, it's something. Could put like warden statues next to it. This guy we did for. super simple. That's the warding gag. But I feel like I should do more, so maybe put a monster on each of these. So I don't know. If anyone had any recommendations, I'd be open to some good ideas. Could have given them each a warden. That would just be rude. But a warden won't wreck your builds. It'll just wreck you. I don't want to do that. That would open myself up to way too much retaliation. Okay. So that being done, I don't know, should we add a monster statues? What to do, what to do. I don't know, because that was way too fast and way too simple. Work on the layer, but I think I'm going to go back to the end and work on the next layer at the end. Oh, Malgosha, you suck. Time to die. Ah. Is my mouse dying? I think my mouse is dying. Yep. I can't swing my sword and nothing. Time to run away! Run away and change the batteries in the mouse. Horrible. Horrible technical difficulties. Okay, now it's settled down. Bear with me for a minute, just gonna mess with a setting here. Bear with me for a minute, just gonna mess with a setting here. Bear with me for a minute, just gonna mess with a setting here. Share with me for a minute. There we go. Too many background programs running. Okay. To the end portal. Which is this way, where it says end portal. It has end stone marked. And we'll take that off of the bar, just because we don't want to mess that up. And I'll just message my buddies on the server and let them know that they both have mail. That way I know they'll go to their mailboxes within the next 24 hours. Okay. Hello, Miss Bouquet. And how are you? So, Miss Bouquet, you know what a skulk sensor and a skulk shrieker are? There's also a skulk catalyst. Anyway, if you put all three items together, you can summon the wood, right? One senses you. Oh, thanks. I'm good. Thanks for asking. What I did so far is I added a skulk sensor and a skulk shrieker to the other players on the realm. I added it to their mailboxes. So now when they walk close to their mailbox, they've got the warden shrieking sound that happens to them. Hopefully just give them a little jump scare and that's it. It's not going to actually summon the warden on them. You know me from Mountic? I don't know that person. Maybe Cobblestone Commander streams, but I don't know Mountic. I don't know that person. Either way, welcome. Yeah, there's the shriekers right underneath their mailboxes, so when they walk by, it goes, ah! Now, that only took me like 5 minutes to do. So, continuing on with the live stream, I think I'm going to continue building my end base. This is what we've got so far. It goes all the way down to the bottom, right? That's the bottom building level. Level 0, level 1, whichever it is. And I made a big old circle. There's a layer of obsidian so I don't accidentally dig through and go to the void. Hey, thanks. And at the bottom level of it all, I built a shulker farm. And the way this sucker works is that you just let the shulkers see you and they'll shoot at you. But they wind up shooting themselves and that's how they reproduce and expand. They drop shells, and then we collect all that. And there's something up with this. I don't know if there's one mod I use, and I don't know if that's interfering with this. Yeah, because, you know, when you've got like netherrack pickaxes that are efficiency 5 and you're standing in amongst a bunch of beacons, you might accidentally just dig too far. So the obsidian is my safety barrier. And of course that took thousands of obsidian, so there's only one layer of obsidian. Putting 2 layers, even for me, that was excessive. So there's the shulkers, they shoot themselves, which causes them to reproduce and bounce around. And then the shells all get collected in the water streams. And I got lots of shulker shells. And I've already given a full box of shulker shells to the other players on the server. But that is the bottom level. Now that being said, a shulker can teleport 17 blocks. So from here, I don't want to build any closer than 17 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. Oh, by the way, it's a layer of obsidian, a layer of deep slate tiles, and then it's whatever's going on. You know, safety. Yeah, shulkers reproduce by shooting themselves. So when this guy shoots that guy, it'll die and replace itself with a small percentage of making an extra shulker. And then when the shells, when he kills his friend, shells drop, collect in the water stream and into the chest. 5, 10, 15, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. 20 is safe. Yep, gotta make it spawn proof. Stupid Enderman. And light goes through partial tiles. So if it's not a full block, if it's stairs or a slab, the light level stays from the sea lanterns below. And you can see on the ground too, the little shaded areas in between where the sea lanterns are. Okay, so that's that. We also want to do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. I do that because when they're all the same, it's so easy to lose count. But I know each of the holes is 5. Can't set anything on them. Yeah, I consider it all temporary. Like if I'm gonna build wall here, the slabs come off and then I replace it. Okay. Just establishing the perimeter that the shulkers won't teleport to. course, I overdid it just a little bit. They can teleport 17. This line I'm taking out is 20 away. So like a shulker could teleport to here, but not to here. That's also why I was quick to replace those other tiles I took out. Because I don't want shulkers in amongst everything. Okay. So that can be the shulker room. And I can build outside of that. Because these will be the beacon rooms. Just building that out. Gotta dig this section out. Everything's done except for that part. Yeah, gotta dig this whole chunk out. Okay. So the process continues. A problem I'm going to hit here is part of this is actually supposed to be deep slate to match the other corners. There's no lightning in the end, so that's a good thing. It means I can build with wood freely without having to worry about lightning rods to protect it. Okay, these three. Okay, and two. It's already done that, so let's do two. Okay, I've got a nature call that I have to address. And while I do that, I might as well sit in the shulker farm and generate a few extra shells. Okay. Let's get back at it. I actually want to bring this right to there because, well, I could wall it right here. Yeah. Stairs into this room. That would work. Well, no, real life always takes priority over the video game world. Ooh, actually, because those lights are on the other line, maybe I'll keep that there. If I keep that there, going to do with the corners here? Glass walls might look good too. Yeah. Yeah, let's make glass walls so that you're looking into chambers. I like that idea. Yeah. Okay. As Bob Ross said, we don't have we don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Fire in one of the units about 2.5 years ago. Close call there. But our apartment was untouched. Yeah. I'm glad everything worked out for you. Jeez. That's what everyone wants, eh? Imagine you're away on vacation or at work even. You come home and your house is burnt down. Oh my gosh. Not to mention like people being injured. That's even worse. But wow, that's a lot to deal with. Okay. So other projects I've got on the go currently are I'm clearing out the nether. The same way I cleared out my the spawn area of the world, and once that area is cleared out, I'm going to build a village of piglins. This realm does use the Minecraft movie mod, so there's a whole bunch of extra types of piglins in it. This dude was asleep and his wife came home from work and saved him. She woke him up or he would have, oh my gosh. Oh, awesome. Like just, no messing around there. Here's useless trivia for you. Did you know that smoke kills more people than fire actually does? Technically they suffocate. Still, horrible, 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 horrible. Okay, this is the corner area. The corner of a circle, right. It's the corner of the circle where the beacons are. Fire trucks come here frequently, but usually as medics. Yeah, that's bad. It's just sitting there, so got a bit worried. Yeah, understandable. Understandable. I'm glad things are okay. Where in the world are you there, Miss Bouquet? In the US? I myself, I'm in Canada. Only one way out of those lower apartments, so he would have burned in this. Yay, that did not happen. Arizona, nice. Yeah, everywhere's got its thing. Our winter sucks, but our summer is nice. And I'd say my favorite time of year is the autumn. Right when it gets cold enough that the insects go away and the leaves start to change colors, that's my favorite time of year. You don't need a jacket to go outside. It's not winter yet. Okay. So, I think for stream today we'll build a room that encases the shulker room. Haha. Okay. So if this is height 2, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The shulkers are at height 10. Yeah, you take care of what you gotta take care of, okay? I appreciate you stopping it all. 10, and I can teleport up 17, so 30. This chamber has to encase that. One, 2, 3, 4. Take this to 30, I said. that wide. Well, that's an easy fix. Will we do that? Yeah, we're gonna do that. You guys are happy you got someplace to spawn now? That's the height of it. Yeah, well, I suppose that's good news. Well, you. Where'd you go, you monkey? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Endermen don't like water, so you could make yourself a safe spot to retreat to. Endermen don't like water, eh? Maybe that's why we've got a moat. Aha! The whole castle has a moat. And then eventually, the interior will all be half slabs, so they can't spawn on this side, and they can burn out there. There's just a whole lot of work to do right now. They're also very tall, so I could make like a little shelter, but with my netherite armor and stuff, I'm not too scared. Okay, let's do this. And, or if I ever am really worried, I just fly away. Have I shown you my XP farm? I've got the infested armadillos that I use. Causes it's so good that on stream it would lag, so I don't want to even go there to show you. On Java, the Endermen are good because they use the sweeping edge weapon a lot, but this is Bedrock and we don't have that enchantment at all. Okay, how far out should these go? These should go to here. To line up with this wall. Should I make that solid wall, or should I put black glass there instead? Black glass might be the way to go. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Okay. I think that's the spot. Yep. Okay, these interiors I'm going to use glass. Let's come to here. That goes to there. That's just to mark the middle. And these I want to come up to here. Adjust that a bit. missed it by 1. That's not the end state of these. I just need a little access point to get up here. Okay. I've also got to come up with some kind of big design for the corners. So it's a giant circle. That's the center of the circle. It's a giant circle that goes around, radius 50. And then diagonal straight to the center, straight out that each of the 4 diagonals. I put a little beacon set up, and you can see all my buffs on the right side of the screen. And then the wall here, I want to close it off with glass later, but I've got to put some kind of big design there. Even if it's just a color burst in each of the windows. And technically there's 8 giant window panes. Thinking like clear glass around the outside, and then a color and a color and a color, with a bright color in the middle. In here, this is all going to be glassed. And for doorways, I'm not sure, but I think I might do piston doors. Not sure yet. This wall as well. Checking the outside walls. one's got to get fixed. That one is fixed. That one's got to get fixed. Here, that's wrong, or is going to be adjusted. You play much Minecraft, okay? Yeah, yeah, I'm a pretty big grinder. Have you seen my spawn area? Aside for now, and we'll take a bunch of endstone home. Okay, so these are the end islands, right? And that light bridge goes all the way to the inner islands. The main island, but we'll take the shortcut teleport. And the dragon's been killed more than 20 times, so all the portals are open. There's a map room down below underneath us. I think I showed you that already. You're talking about water being safety from Enderman. Yep. Fight the dragon, stand in the pools. Fight the dragon some more. Oh, Enderman, fight him, stand in the pool. And this is my spawn area as it's loading in, which is all dug out to the bottom of the world. And if you look on the side, it was actually a hill when it started. Okay. rockets topped up. Make a box of endstone. Top up our food while we're here. I kill a lot of hoglins. Okay. There was some, I can't remember what I was getting from here. Okay, what was I working on? What the fudge did I need from the base again? Building glass. I'm not ready to put the glass in yet. Lots of other supplies. What the fudge? Can't remember what I was doing. Ah! Okay. What was I doing that I need to be back here? Jeez. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Must have been super important. It's always easy to come back. Oh, while I'm here, I'll just quickly show you. So this is my mailbox, right? Mr. McSquare's mailbox. It's empty, but if someone was to give me something, they just put it in the box, and then turn on my light, and I go, oh, I can see from a distance. Hey look, I've got mail. Come over and shut my light off and empty my box. Super simple. And each of the other players, I convinced them to put a mailbox next to their house too. This is Crazy Savage's house. That's his mailbox. Oh no, wardens! Not much, but it's just something. Hey! And like you can see, his light is on. And his mailbox screaming at you. And he's got a couple letters. And those are just underneath. We don't want to actually summon the weird annoying people. We used to have a community mail room, and you would just walk by and you could see all the mailboxes together. But then I dug it out, and I got everybody to put a mailbox next to their house. Super simple design, super simple idea. Like our current mailbox is actually inside the bank. But you can't see it from the outside, you don't know what's there. This way, you know, like I know where to look. I can see from over here if I have mail or not. Alright. Let's get back at it. See, for the big stained glass windows, if we use something really colorful in the middle and then just fade the color out to the outsides, I think the big stained glass will look fine. And I might even use this same color palette. That's a nether star, by the way, because this is where we kill withers. We suffocate the wither to get easy nether stars. Also why all the walls are obsidian. And this is outside the blast radius. Okay, the end. So you want a single player world, a multiplayer world, a server? Villager. I don't want that crap anymore. I have chests full of this crap. Hey, cool. Do you do YouTube at all? Or Twitch or anything else? Hey, cool. Do you still do YouTube? If you do, I'll check out your channel and see what's up. You're building a single world. I get it. Okay, so here I've got to build this wall and this corner up and dig out this chunk. Ugh. That'll be super boring to watch. I'll do that off camera. But on the interior here, I've got to build this up to height 30. That's 30 there. I'll do the same thing with these guys. Okay, height 30. Why does that? Oh, that's right, because they don't line up. It comes up like this. By one. What are you doing? Okay. Technically, the shulkers on the inside could teleport all the way to 27. So I'm making these walls up to 30. One too many. Okay, you can see the framework of what I'm starting here, right? And then in the gaps, I'm going to put glass, including these gaps here. And then these areas here, behind the glass, will be different farm areas. Funny story for you. When I first started playing, it was because we were homeschooling our kid, and he was 5 years old, And he always wanted Minecraft, Minecraft, Minecraft. And we told him, when you can read your first book on your own, we'll get you Minecraft. So he was motivated to learn to get that reading done. And he did. And true to our word, we got him Minecraft. And the wife started playing with him so he wouldn't be playing on his own. And seeing my wife and kid playing Minecraft, okay, I got involved too. Now here we are years later, they don't really play, and I've got a stupid YouTube channel. Oh, let's grab this first. How often do you stream? I'm only streaming on Mondays. But I also release an episode on Thursdays. Sometimes it winds up being Friday because of editing. But I try to put an episode out Thursday afternoons and stream on Mondays. You do 3 or 4 streams a week? Yeesh. Well, I do know it's easier than having to edit episodes. I don't like editing. It takes away from my playtime. Keep your videos under an hour? Okay, cool. Yeah, those mailbox shrieker things only took me like 5 minutes to set up, so wouldn't be much of a stream if I just ended right there. And I've got so much to do, and I like just hanging out with people, saying hi. Meet other Minecrafters. I'm gonna check out your work because I'm starting another project on January 1st next year. And I'm gonna be looking for more people to join me on that. If you're interested. And if I like what I see with your channel. And if we don't fill up with people between now and then. So next year's topic is the Lord of the Rings. Spawn will be the Shire. And once we're done building up the Shire, we'll move on to other areas. Yeah. The one thing Minecraft gets you to do though is limit your exploring, because they're always coming out with the new expansion and the new freaking feature. Like the popular forest is going to come out in the fall, and now we're going to have to travel like 10,000 blocks to find a biome that it might spawn in. Who wants some? You want some? Give me your orbs of regret. I mean, XP. Okay. I think this is the last component. You can see I'm wiring up the framework of what will be the center chamber that houses the shulkers. Okay, there's that. I don't think I want to dome it. I think I'm going to straight line it because there could be floors above and below. So with that in mind, well, what a happy accident that was. Okay, I think I want to carry this on right to the outside walls, to be honest. Oh, by the way, this tower, that's the bottom level there. It will go all the way up to the build height. I think it's 256 up there. Now, there's no negative in the void, so it's 256, period. I don't intend on there being much access to the outer void area from basically sea level at 60, 63-ish, down to 0. So this can all be enclosed. But up higher is going to have to be like a happy gas port. Okay, stop there. That's just my manual staircase in case my wings and everything are broken. I can still get out. This works well for a level 2. Like at the bottom is, say, it's height 1 or 2 down there. I think it's height 2, maybe 2.5 if you count the half slabs. And then 30, and then that rim is at 60. So like 30, 60, I could do 90, 120, 150, 180, blah, 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 blah. Every 30, that would work. And of course I'm going to put honey vaders up and down different areas. Okay. Yes, let's carry this on this way. And out the other sides. Oops. Aha! Wings. And if you don't use your fireworks for ignition, just gliding no longer does any durability damage to your wings. I don't know what patch they changed it, but that's the way it works. We saw our happy accident where this scaffolding goes right to the level that we want. I did have like when I was first putting this out, right? That cobblestone is where I started. I put lava over the edge and then put a water stream down, so it turned all into cobblestone and went down as far as the build height allows you. And then I got it onto a happy gas, built a little platform at the bottom, then built my giant circle out of obsidian. And there's a ring of sea lanterns on the outside of the obsidian, so that if you're on the outside, you can see where the bottom of the fortress lip is. Because technically the void is at -40. The lowest you can build is height 0 or height 1, one of the two. And then the void is at -40 where you die. So technically you could fly underneath this thing. And there's light around the rim to show you where the edge is. Because with obsidian down there, you're not going to see nothing else except for that light circle. Why would you be flying down there? Don't know. Okay, I was building corners. Yes, that's what I was doing. With my frickin' Enderman safety inspectors up here. Now, this area here, if you look out, you'll see everything. I think I'll keep it like that. I was thinking about maybe putting a divider here, so it'd be glass pane, divider. No, I'm gonna keep it up and down. That will give it a different effect. That's nice. So when you dig out spawn by 100 by 100, it gives you all kinds of blocks to build these other massive things with. And the smartest thing I did when I was digging out spawn was I built a item sorter and collection system that I just had to empty my inventory and throw it over the side of a cliff, and there was hoppers at the bottom of the cliff that would just catch everything and put it into an automatic sorting system. That saved me days of work, just running up and down and unloading and loading. Okay, that corner is not done. I think the other corners are. That's in the way. That's eventually gonna have to come down, but not yet. So the exterior wall's got to come all the way up. Run that right now. Okay. I'm also thinking this might be solid. And then glass everywhere else. Yeah. Okay, I need to keep that open just for access up to here for now. Because this is going to be glassed. If I close that off, I just need another way up, which is super simple. Knock this out just for now. Just for access. And then those lines I can thicken up because these walls are thicker now. Make it look like it's got more than a spaghetti string of support happening. Haha, you can't stand in the way because it's only a 2 gap, you're too tall. That's also going to save a whole lot of glass. But we got lots. Okay, so these corner pillars I will thicken up. Don't know how much I'm going to thicken it up. Might not, because it could be 4 by 4. Or 2 by 2 rather, in the corner, with the walls sticking out and then glass. That'll work just fine. And the only reason I don't do it right now is just, or maybe let's just do this. Colored glass, and I love to put colors. Yeah, great block, beautiful block. Iron farms being what they are, all the beacons. Yeah, they're all iron pyramids underneath. And then from the top will also be a glass floor that looks down into the shulker room. The other one that works really well is copper grates. Well, I think I need some more deep slate. Then I brought lots. Oh, stay off of me, whoever's hitting me. By the way, all these shulker boxes, and there was, triple that before, because as you've seen with all the walls and everything, it's all just building materials. Or if I need wood or anything else, I brought a bunch of stuff. Do the Endermen... No, the Enderman and the Happy Gas don't interact. And if you're on top of your Happy Gas, you're too tall for the Enderman to reach it. Yeah, that would suck. And no, they don't do anything with them. They completely ignore them. Looks like horses get ignored by everything except for drowning and falling. Oops. I'm gonna reread The Hobbit, but this time I'm gonna read it with my son. And number one, I want to share that story with my kid. And number two, I gotta refresh my mind with everything that happened so I can rebuild it next year. Okay, now for something stupid. We'll show you the underside of the base. What I was talking about. So there's the base. You see the light ring? You can actually fly under the base. And the light ring tells you where the edges are. And the water stops at build height. And the void's at -40. Okay. That's those. That interior wall, I might build that up higher actually. Might go all the way to the ceiling. Don't know yet. I don't know. Do I want to go all the way to the ceiling? I could, because that matches that. Actually, no. This here to the ceiling. Yes. Yes, yes, that's the ticket. Okay. So this point here will go ceiling. Should be 4. Yep. Eventually I'll hit my head, but that's okay. Yep, I like that. And the corners can actually stay as is because of the outside walls. So where that section comes all the way up, this section's coming all the way up. And then it only comes up partial, but I'll bring it up to the same height on those. See if we can stick the landing. Nope. Okay. That's where we are. Boop. And we'll try to put just a slight curve on the inside as well. So it's not just square. It'll have arch ceilings. Could bring that thickness right out to each side as well. Yep. I am glad that I dug out spawn before attempting this project. So much deep sleep. And we can always change things if we come up with other ideas. I don't have anything in mind, I'm just kind of feeling it out as I go. I don't think people realize, like, if you just do a 10 by 10 square, that's 100 blocks. 100 blocks had to come from somewhere. The grind is real. And 100 by 100 square is 10,000 blocks. Yeah. Or, like, you know, messing around the void. I've lost multiple sets of full netherite and full sets of tools and everything. And every time it does, you get frustrated, and then you appreciate how good your base is, that within 5 minutes you can be full netherite again and fully enchanted, and off you go. Yeah. Yep. The grind is real. Mending, best enchantment in the game. Oh, messed it up. Food and cobble out right away, yeah. Gotta have reliable food source. Whoop. And wings for a gentle lad. I would say for myself, and all the risks that I take, after mending, the best enchantment for me is Feather Falling 4. I fall a lot. Look, we need more deep slate. Yeah, yep. And if you're doing anything in the water, you gotta have the aqua affinity and the, what's the other one again? Respiration. I've also got a turtle helmet just for when I do underwater stuff. Do you do much with villagers and trading halls and training your villagers to have all the different enchants? It's the easiest way and most reliable way to get it is through villagers. The other thing that's super overpowered in this game is fishing. You can get just about anything fishing. Yeah, you never know. Yep. I also think this game turns you into a hoarder. You never throw anything away because you don't know if you're ever going to use it in the future. Like rotten flesh? Well, let's not throw that away now because I don't know if I'm going to level up some clerics. Okay, this one I'm not sure how far out I want to go. But you can see I'm using the interior wall to mirror the exterior wall. It's just brought in one. Which means that's got to be 5 higher. One, two, three, 4, 5. So it matches. But instead of having end stone everywhere, I think I'll go with the yellow glass. Like this will all be yellow glass here. I've got them, but I never use them. I'm flying all the time, so I don't bother with the Frostwalker. And like, I'll just use a boat. So like, I've got a guy that sells Frostwalker 2 enchantment, but I haven't had a need for it. Yep. Would you like to see my AFK spot where I build my farms? Oh, I went too high with this frickin' thing. Not going to the ceiling. What am I doing? Carried away in the grind, chatting with you. Going over land and some water. Boats can be a pain that way. However, you can stick a chest. Do you know what would be awesome? You know how boats go super fast on ice? If Frostwalker would let you go super fast on ice, that would be cool. Imagine Frostwalker on ice and you get to go zoom. Dear Mojang, idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, perfect. Got off at the right time. So yeah, there's my interior wall. I'll put a bit of an arch here. And an arch here. But the arch will only come to the edge of the glass here. Oh, he's so angry. You're such an angry Enderman. You're so angry. Look, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, stupid. You're so stupid. I'm talking to an internet video game. I'm not crazy. I'm creative. Okay. I appreciate you hanging out with me because it can be boring watching people just grind away like this. But you can see the thought process, and then if I thicken that out, just the centers being this thick to each of those platforms, like, you know, the outside wall with the center platform. That'll give me a huge building space. And I'll put a glass floor everywhere. Just frame this out and then I'll take you to my AFK farm area. Then the other thing I'm going to do as well is, you see how it's all just deep slate slabs. I'm gonna get some colored slab and put a spiral design or something just in the floor. It'll also be slabs as well, so it blends. Well, we gotta give it some pizzazz. Yeah. And right now, I think I really like using the Prismarine. Do you have a Guardian farm? I'm like Prismarine and Sea Lanterns. I love them Guardian farms. Okay, that side's done. That side is not done. We gotta do a little bit there. That side is almost done. Not quite. Just going to do this. So we don't know how far over to go. We will in a minute. Go this far over. Good enough for now. Then we're like, oh, look at all the area that's not half slabbed. We can be here. Yeah, for now. Okay. So that's done enough. Just want to get this line finished off. That'll give a good concept for what I'm going to do off camera. Okay, a bit more. Okay, So let's go to the bottom. Get out of there. Also, the same thing, like wardens are the same number of blocks as an Enderman, 3 by 1. Even though they look wider, they're only 1 block wide, and they're 3 blocks tall. So if you're ever having to run away from a warden, just set up something somewhere and you can dodge them real easy. Okay, so up top, I don't know if I'm going to round that. And probably not. I think I'm going to go with glass, not round. I could round the platform, but I'm going to go with glass instead. And then we'll arch it. I'm not sure where the center of the arch will go to, but then we'll square off the arch. Because the arch is going to be as wide as that whole thing. But it'll be a hollow arch. It's not going to be solid blocks. It'll be like stairs up and down, making diagonal lines. It'll look like supports. Back pretty far from a warden though. Yeah, I think their sonic boom has like a 20 block range. But if you're getting chased by a warden and you run through that, he can't chase you through there. He's too darn tall. Okay, let's get out of here and go do some sights. This is the track line that I brought shulkers here in the first place. And then they hit there and they fall down. And that's how I got them into the farm. Yeah, it's 20, and it doesn't do like less damage at a different range. It's just, oh, you're in the blast radius. Okay. If we're leaving, we might as well bring some endstone home. Okay, so that's the build height's in the middle here. The other ones are beacons, but the sea lanterns, that's the maximum height you can build at. And I think it's 256. Yeah, let's just say it's 256 for now. And that's how high this building's going to be. So there's still a lot of work to do. This area here I'm going to keep, and we're going to make this a villager area. Roads everywhere. Wasn't sure about like I put the light rings around the bridge because it sort of feels like it's the light rings that are flying and holding the bridge up, because there's no way you can put support pillars or anything around it. And it does go all the way to the center islands. It's also cool too, because like here you have no point of reference, but if you see the light bridge, you know which way you're going. Right? I'm lost. Oh, now I know where I am. And I got a map room built underneath. When the dragon flies around, he doesn't touch the map room. I have had him damage the Iron Pyramid before. I did have to fix that once because of the dragon, but that was my carelessness when I was fighting him. He swooped in a little low and ate a couple blocks. Because the dragon won't eat endstone, but he'll eat endstone bricks. And he'll eat iron, but not endstone, not obsidian. So on the main level, it's almost all obsidian and endstone. Right there. You see I use bricks, but then I stop using the bricks here. That's where I stop using bricks, and I just go to endstone, because the dragon, he'll destroy everything. Okay, we're at spawn. Have you ever seen the armadillo experience point farm in my magic mushroom there? No. You know how they work though, right? So there's zombies up at the top there. You might be able to see the little buggers. Like there's a little zombie guy there. And they're name tags so they don't disappear. And they cause the armadillos to curl up in a ball. They're scared. And curling up in a ball gives them just enough armor that when you push them onto a cactus, they get damaged. Minus their armor, they get damaged for 0. So they get damaged for 0, they get damaged for 0, they get damaged for 0. Because this switch has a piston that pushes them down onto the cactus. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And this switch also is hooked up to my splash potions of infestation. And I got a brewing set up here, which has already got stuff in it. Now, whoever throws the tridents in bedrock has to be online for this to work. So I just tell people to put the tridents away. No, the armadillos never die. So all you gotta do is load the tridents. Whenever there's an update, the tridents despawn, and then you gotta go frickin' hunt for tridents again. Which is just annoying. Okay, so there's the tridents. We drop the tridents onto the other platform. And the video game says, I'm still throwing them, I'm still throwing them, they haven't hit yet. And that's continuously, these tridents are continuously reloading, 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 doing their damage, doing their damage, doing their damage. So when I hit the spawn lever, I'm like, too much when I got OBS on. So when I'm streaming, this lags. Or if you have too many armadillos in there, it lags. So I gotta get out of the area. It's just too laggy. But you can see it's so overpowered. Now we gotta get out of the area. There we go. 14 levels in those few seconds that I was standing there. Being damaged by the patch or nothing else. And when you're ready, just turn it off before the time on it runs up. It's lagging right now. Like I said, when I'm not streaming, lag's not a problem. So you can see I turned off the spawn, but I left the kill switch on. It's gotta clean up the mess, right? You can't just let it sit there. And you can see I fixed all my stuff when I'm level 58. Like, it's very effective. Oh, plus I got one on there. Super effective. And these are all the components you need to make more splash pulses of infestation with a water source right there. So that's my magic mushroom. And because magic mushroom is a forbidden word in Minecraft, I had to put magic on one side and mushroom on another side. A little sneaky peek. This was really the first farm I built, was this building. So it's bamboo. Bamboo, bamboo, bamboo. Sugarcane. I made a bunch of paper recently. But sugarcane, bamboo. And bees for the honey. Yeah, I might as well harvest some honey right now. If you use shears, you know, you get the honeycombs. And if you use bottles, you get the honey blocks. And I'm going to need a lot of honey blocks to make honey vaders in the end fortress there. Because I'm going to use the honey vader to go up and down. And this is a honey vader here, and I'll show that to you in a minute. If you're unfamiliar with honey vader. So, collect a bunch of honey. One load of 32, which is 8 blocks of honey. And of course, happy bees are just making more. I will close the doors. And then sheep of every color are down here. 2 of each color. Just the automatic sheep shearing system. Lots of wool. Of every color. And of course, when I got the armadillos for the magic mushroom, I got extras, and I put the extras down here. if I ever want wolf armor. Got an armadillo on. Because you see my dogs, my wolves, they're wearing the armadillo armor. Okay, so this was honey. I'm gonna need way more honey blocks. I do have a bunch more in storage, but I'm gonna use up a lot in that base. So there's a swamp here, right? And I wanted water access for my base. And it really didn't have it normally. So I built a canal. I came out and dug a bloody canal just so I can pretend that boats can get to the ocean from my base. And then just for the other players to keep them entertained, there's the ocean. Before I dug all this out, when it was partway through, I set up an adventure for the other players on the realm. I had a whole bunch of pillagers come in, and they were setting fire to everything and wrecking stuff, and they had to go and stop the pillagers from what they were doing. And they follow the path of destruction, which takes them to the pillager base camp. But oh no, this is just where the adventure starts. Because from here, there's messages and maps on the inside of the tower that send them out into the world, and they wind up going to 5 or 6 different pillager locations on a pillager quest. And at the end of that whole quest, they didn't realize it, but there was a bunch of LAs in the bottom of a mansion, and that mansion was about 10,000 blocks away, and I didn't feel like taking the LAs back myself, so I sent them on the big adventure to go rescue the LAs, and they did it, and they brought the LAs back, and I spent about 1 or 2 weeks setting it all up, and they finished it in 2 hours. 2 weeks work, 2 weeks of building, and they finished it in 2 hours. But yeah, it was just a mini side quest for them to do. And I'll show you part of that in a minute. Yeah. And they're actually quite useful, like, let's say you've got a raid farm where you're killing the pillagers and whatnot. You can just give them an emerald and they'll collect all the emeralds for you. Or the one player here, he's got a sniffer farm, and the sniffers pull up the torch flower seeds. So he's got LAs running around grabbing torch flower seeds for him. It's nice. So here we are, bottom of the world, 0-0. That's where I put the nether portal, because in the nether, it's married up to 0-0. Easy to find, especially with coordinates turned on. And just like I dug out the overworld, I'm going to dig out the nether. And you can see all the gravel and sand. It's because there was a lava lake there, and I got rid of the lava lake. This was all lava, so I used gravity blocks to get rid of it. can see there's the lava edge there. It's this way. And then at the edge of the lava, I put 3 thick glass and walls. These are just the different big ones from the Minecraft movie I don't. Oh, jeez. And the Great Hog. He drops good loot though. Yeah, like he dropped full gold blocks. Thanks. Akosha dropped her Orb of Dominance and Staff of Dominance garbage. And like, there's a chance that they can even drop netherite tools and weapons. Like this guy here. Dropped nothing. Right there. A gold pickaxe. Oh, netherite boots. That's what that other guy dropped. Super awesome. Anyway, so once I get all this dug out with this variety of piglins, I'm going to build a piglin city. And the Great Hog and Malgosha will still attack you if you're wearing gold, but the rest won't. Because they are piglins after all. Oh, we gotta get this guy. This guy got a chance of dropping a netherite weapon. He dropped gold. Still good. But netherite is just ridiculous. So, yeah, this is one of my ongoing projects. Dig out the nether. Build a piglin town. And this is all half slabs as well here. And I've been doing so much digging that like netherrack. It's all netherrack that I've been digging up. Okay, but we are at a point where that's garbage, that's garbage, that's garbage, and that is garbage. So, endstone takes you to the end portal. The Prismarine takes me to the Prismarine farm. And I got the other players to help me out because they had never built a Guardian farm. So this portal here takes you to the location of an ocean monument. And I showed them how to turn it into yeah, I'll show you my netherite stash in a few minutes. So this is a guardian farm, right? See the channels? These are the guardian spawn locations. You can see they're getting beat up. There's a magma block there that's doing the damage and taking them out. Then they'll drop their resources, which gets collected in the water channel. And then all that goes down here to this hopper here. And this is the collection system. That's where I get all my prismarine and my sea lanterns from. So of course we got the conduit in there so I can water breathe. And once again, it's all half slabbed. And the reason why this is half slabbed is that no drown will spawn in here. Right? They have to have a solid block to spawn over. And it's all half slabbed, so they can't spawn there. And then each of these locations, at the center, it only has to be a single pillar of one, but that's the spawn location of the Guardians. And I just thickened it up and dressed it up a bit, so it wasn't plain and ordinary. Now, this is where I AFK, right? Yeah. But one of the most clever farms I've ever seen was Etho's Trident farm. That was super smart. Anyway, back on track. So this block right here, you stand here, and the maximum number of guardian spawners are active, right? So if this is where I have to sit for AFK, then I build farms around it. So if I AFK there, right, then I got an iron farm here, right, with its feed comes out. And these are all fishermen, because fishermen will offer you the raw cod for emerald trade, and the guardians produce raw cod and the prismarine parts. So I can dump the raw cod off to the fishermen and turn that into emeralds. And then this funnel here is the iron. And I turn it into iron blocks. At the same time all this is happening, right? We're growing sulfur spikes. Super slow, but it's automatic sulfur spikes. And of course dripstone. So that's what those farms are. We got lava generators, because I'm converting netherrack into nether bricks, and I keep it fully fueled. There's 4 of these. Yeah, the spikes are super slow, but we got them. Don't need them. Just go to the sulfur mines. And at the same time, when I AFK, like I can AFK like say 10,000 glass if I need to. Just load these up with sand. There's more than enough fuel, and then we can just put out whatever we need. This here is for bamboo, blocks of bamboos. It's got the automatic bamboo converter there to turn bamboo into bamboo blocks. This is my access point. Right, it's all the bamboo in there. And it's bedrock, so we had to use a special flying machine. Because flying machines work different on Java than they do on Bedrock. Bedrock, they're a bit trickier. But there's always some nerd somewhere that figures out a way and puts out a tutorial for you. And this is an SNNS machine, which is sticky, normal, normal, sticky. And then when I throw this switch, it activates. I'll turn it off, so it'll complete one down and back cycle, and then shut off. And there's a mechanism that causes it to switch and come back the other way. You can see the flying machine returns. If I left the switch turned on, it would keep going back and forth forever. But if I leave, the machine might be in the middle of the farm, stuff could grow, and then it gets stuck. So I always just turn it off and then it never gets stuck. And then all these hoppers everywhere will bring it all down through the automatic converter, just making blocks. And that gives us a wood supply. So all these are full, and then there. And then it's the same thing over here. Oh. Yep. But anyway, there's lots of bamboo for building chests and everything else. Amethyst shards. Ooh, it's a good idea. But you know, you got iron, you got wood. Those are fundamental to your building. Cactus grows way faster than the spikes do. So there's just 6 cactus in there, but we got more than enough cactus. And then, of course, there's room for, what else do we need? And that's my AFK spot. Oh yes, I was going to show you a couple of the other pillager builds that I've done. So I sent the other players on a mini adventure, right? And they would have to go to different locations. And the locations are so bloody far away that I gave them an ice highway home. So if they took a boat, it's actually faster. And you can see, like, it's a considerable distance. This one just winds up going to an ancient city. Not an ancient city, a woodland mansion. And I did leave them a boat here as well. This takes them to the Temple of Night, which is in a jungle area. So from the first outpost, Skyblock. I've got an amethyst farm and I could hook up flying machines to harvest it, but I'm not going to. It's more work than what it's worth. Okay, so this is the Temple of Night. And what I did was, there's 6 creakings here. And when they find the heart of the creaking, I had compasses that take them to the next location they had to go to. Oh, an arrow. So it's just the location of a jungle temple. But I dressed it up a little bit. I don't know if the witch is still alive in there or not. She might be. Yep, I can hear her. She's still alive. Anyway, there's a witch in there. And because so many creepers. So this was the location of one of the creaking hearts. And that was another creaking heart there. And I just had it set up for them to go. See, there's the creakings there, right? And then they could find the location of different compasses that I've got buried around. And there's 6 of them. Of course, you got some sleepy villagers in the prison cage. Whoa! Getting creepy. And all the locations are marked with those. But, you know, just mini adventure fun. And gave them the Nether shortcut home because we're now at 1800, 5200. Just a little bit away from spawn. And there's another location close by here that I'll show you in a moment. This one. So what I did at this location was there was a pillager outpost and I turned it into a ship so that the pillager outpost would keep spawning. But it's like it's spawning the pirate crew. So the longer they mess around and search in this little docked ship area, the more mobs that will spawn. You know, just to keep it interesting. And this is just a little outpost that they had to come to. And I don't know if they remember to rescue the allays that are here or not, because they get sidetracked easy. Yeah, see, the allay's still in his cage, for crying out loud. They never even rescued him. And then in that item frame there, I had a book going, help me, my people have been kidnapped, yes, help us, please. The whole time this is just a cartographer's house. And he's got maps to get you to the next location. And there was 2 more locations after this one as well. And this was a pillager outpost. And you'll see if we hang around, pillagers will spawn. Right? It's the captain's room, ship's log, and so forth. And I remember I just put hey, they didn't even take the stuff. Yeah, they can't talk, so I left them with books. See? And then we got spawns, because this is actually a pillager outpost that we're walking on. We just repurposed it for our adventure. Anyway, and I won't show you the last 2 locations, but it's just more of the same pillager builds as they were traveling along their way, and eventually took them 10,000 blocks away from spawn to get to a woodland mansion, and they rescued about 20 LAs and brought them back to our base. So we've got LAs now. But it was something different for them to do instead of just grinding and building, and we got LAs out of it. And it let me build a bunch of pillager themed stuff and make some different content. And I think with realms, it's important to do stuff that involves the other players. You know, keep everybody involved and interested. And I have an idea for another adventure, and the other players are all on board for, yeah, let's do another one. Except the next one's going to take me so much work to set up. Because it's going to be based on taking down like a penguin prince out of the nether. Oh my gosh, it's going to be... That's a lot to set up. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy it. Okay, I think I'm gonna reload some rockets. Oh gosh, it's after midnight. It's been 3 hours already. You've stuck with me for almost the entire duration. Thanks, Bouquet. Ms. Bouquet. It's funny seeing stuff load in. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna go with the solid arch in the end. I think it's going to be hollow spaced. And I used Sculk to make it look like a starry sky. Oh, man. Hey, cool. So out here, this guy's building stuff out here, and he's not updating the map. Oh, yeah, smack him. But you can see, like, there's my base area, and it comes around that canal that I built. And some of those other, like, the pillager builds, they're out here, and like the last one's out here. Eventually we'll get it mapped out. Different stuff going on, like this is a gunpowder farm. In the net there is also a gas farm. Super simple, not worth actually going to show you that. But if you're ever interested, our old episodes do cover that stuff. Yeah, so that's what we got going on. This is the water farm, Guardian Farm AFK location. See the big bamboo field over here, and the water and lava iron farm in the middle. Oh, and I haven't updated it yet either, because this corner here should now be a sulfur spike farm. Oh. But I think like just those little accents, the curves, like cool. Just that little bit of a curve on the corners is what I plan on doing down in the end. Right, like that's a half slab. Right, half slab, full block, upside down stair. But look, that's all the curve that you need with the supports lines. And then all of a sudden it looks like a stable structure when it's just Minecraft. But then I was also thinking like maybe doing the hollow, upside down, right side upstairs. But it's those same ideas that I want to apply to the end. You know, the roof of the end above the shulker farm, right? Goes out and then a curve, and goes out and then a curve. Not a lot, but just a little accent. Yeah, so here's spawn, and this is the final location of that woodland mansion I was talking about. So from here, they had to come out here, and then there was the Temple of Night, which is around here, and then the ship is out there, and then there's a base over here, and then the woodland mansion at the end. And for the woodland mansion at the end, I built a raid farm over top so I could just keep dropping mobs in on them. That's just a little cartographer house to go next to the map room. Carson the cartographer. And this is just spawn at all the different scales, max zoomed in, and then each of the lower level scales, or zoomed out levels, whatever you want to call it. And I don't like a lot of people with their villager farms, their villager trading halls, where the villager's stuck in a 1x1 square. So I gave my villagers their own rooms. Like piercing 3 for 1 emerald, riptide 1 for 1 emerald. So this guy here, he's got his own living space and everything. Riptide 3, 1 emerald. Piercing 1 emerald. Different guys, density 5. There's some gaps because I don't have 100% of all the villagers yet, but I've got the majority of them, and they've been zombified and cured. That's why the prices are so low. Yeah, the 1x1 squares, man, like you can dress it up all you want. That's a prison. At least here they've got their own rooms, right? And like, no, he can't walk through, but it feels like it's by choice, not that he's actually imprisoned by the thickness of a trapdoor. And same with these. That's 1.5 blocks, and these half blocks have them blocked in. Okay, here's an empty one. Right. Because they can walk through 2 blocks, but they can't walk through 1.5 or 1 in a trapdoor. Oh, and then up above, right? Like, you know, some of them will trade for compasses, some will trade for name tags. So it's just a shelf showing the items that they trade. Oh, I need some glass. Well, this guy sells glass. Oh, I need some bookshelves. Well, he sells them. Or a clock. That's the honey vader. Are you familiar with honey vaders? Which is a bubble vader with 2 walls of honey. So this is just a manual stairwell that spirals around and goes to all the way up and all the way down. And then there's a bubble column with 2 walls of honey, right? So that goes all the way down. There's a puddle at the bottom for safety, right? And all the way up. Let's get the daytime here for a moment. Excuse me, pardon me. Thanks for the use of the bed. Okay. So the thing with honey is not the full-size block. You can see like it's just a little tiny bit off. So if I go down here, well, we'll show you at the bottom, right? There. I'm at the bottom, right? Bottom of the world, minus 59 height. But if I jam myself in the corner, oh, I'm touching the bubble. Then I can go up. Then, oh, I want off on this floor? Okay. I come out on this floor. Fall down? No, I want to go back up. Oh, I missed it. There it is. Honey Vader. Honey Vader lets you go up and down. Oop, missed it. On the surface. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but one column up and down. And just a bubble vader with 2 rows of honey. And that's what I want to put in the end. So I've also got honey stored up in the end. Yeah. We got extra honey just for that stuff. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so fire aspect times 7 is what I'm looking for. Fire aspect 2, where are you? There you are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just compile some books together for some swords. And then I'll show you how much netherite I've got stored up and probably end the stream after I show you my netherite. So we got sharpness 5. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta get the unbreaking mending books. Put the blank books away. Okay, so I've got some netherite floating around, but I've also got a bunch of netherite items, right? And yeah, I probably lost multiple sets. It's close to sulfur. Why would you take a happy gas to get there? 7,000 blocks. Oof. That's a trip and a half. Oh, yep. So, like, if I were to die right now, right? Helmet, enchanted. Helmet, enchanted. Helmet, enchanted. These helmets, not enchanted. Chest plate, ready to go. Pants, ready to go. Feet, ready to go. More chest, ready to go. Sword, ready to go. Sword's not ready to go. Feet, not ready to go. I'm not gonna throw them away though, it's netherite. And so, yeah. Like, I've got 34 levels at the moment. I might as well spend a few to... Well, it all comes from the enchanters, right? That box goes there. It's my money box. Okay. I'm out of XP for now. I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna sit there and do the whole XP grind. Hey, thanks a lot. I'll see you around this bouquet. Thanks for visiting. Have a great one. Well, a real big thanks to Ms. Bouquet for staying with me for hours. Love you for that. And for anyone else who tuned in, thank you. Thank you very much. You're beautiful. Beautiful people. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. See you around next Monday.